It's your girl, Lady J, back with the bullshit. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and keep it cute in them comments, baby. Do you hear me? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Southern Tea. It's your girl, Lady J, back bringing you my commentary on, what's happening with the female rap girls and urban news. So before I get into my little video, I want you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, comment, share, and baby, you already here, so you might as well subscribe to the channel, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first topic I want to get into is Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, because the girls are out here making history, baby. Do you hear me? Okay? They're out here making history and breaking records for real, for real. So Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj's Princess Diana has made the top 10 best-selling downloads so far this year in 2023, okay? For one, Princess Diana is the best-selling rap song this year. It sold more than all the songs in the top 10 combined when it debuted on number 4 on Billboard. And that's a fact. Okay, go verify it. The little Spice Cabinets, Munchkins, whatever y'all calling yourselves, and the Barbs was showing out that week. Okay. Princess Diana debuted number 1 on the rap digital sales charts, which again means people got their ass up and bought some shit. Okay. By the way, Ice Spice and Nicki getting a number 1 on the digital rap sales charts is historic in itself, because I think they're the first female rap duo who are both leads on a song to do that according to Billboard, child, and that's according to them. So congrats to Nicki and congrats to Ice Spice. And free game, Ice Spice's EP did surge in numbers after they, had collaborated and put out Princess Diana. I want to say she went from like 187 to number 15 on the Billboard 200 albums charts. But y'all want to claim a Nicki feature or a co-sign don't really hold no weight, okay? If that's the case, child, then why wasn't the original Princess Diana doing all these numbers and sales before Nicki hopped her ass on it, okay? And remember, In Her Mood is the song that was a single from that EP that Ice Spice dropped. In Her Mood is the one that had a video. In Her Mood was the one getting radio play and was being pushed, not Princess Diana, not Gangsta Boo, or any of the other songs on the EP. So if Nicki really just wanted to hop on something that was already hot, she could have easily just gotten on In Her Mood. But Nicki and Ice are smart, because Ice Spice knows, or at least she should, that she needs solo singles because all her songs that went top 5 have been features. But In Her Mood has been doing its thing on the chart for weeks. And I mean a minute, okay? I mean weeks. I want to say like 13 or 14 weeks. So it's been a good 3 months, okay, that In Her Mood has been stable on the charts. And, she has yet to put anyone on a remix to that song. So she just letting it organically do its thing, just like she did with Munch. She didn't want to put anybody on a remix because it was her first song, original song, not a sample, that got her introduced to people. And I think that was kind of smart to do. I don't like Glorilla, who kind of let Cardi come in and suck her dry. And it's no shade. It's just my opinion. Glorilla remixed FNF and then remixed Tomorrow when she needed a steady solo song with anyone without anyone jumping on it to dim her light, in my opinion. I know remixes are supposed to boost the original song, but Glorilla never put Tomorrow out as a single until Cardi decided to get on the song. It wasn't being pushed before that, and I feel like FNF should have stayed an original Glorilla song, especially since she already was coming out with Tomorrow 2 and putting Cardi on the remix like 2 weeks after dropping the FNF remix, which was pointless to have Latto and JT hop on there because it made no noise for you to just turn around and drop the Tomorrow 2 song, like 2 weeks later after the FNF remix, which I really don't think the FNF thing needed a remix. You should have just kept that an original Glorilla song. And people kind of stopped paying attention to Glorilla after FNF and after Tomorrow 2 came out, in my opinion. Okay, not after FNF. It was after Tomorrow 2. I kind of feel like after a few months, it was hot. It was hype. It was, child, I can't talk. It was hype and it was hot. And it kind of like, the hype kind of died down for it, especially since that's all they really been performing the past few months. So I think FNF should have stayed an original song, because none of those moves that Glorilla was making the most sense that it could make to me. But I think Ice Spice just has a better team behind her, more than likely because she ain't signed no 360 unlike a lot of these rap girls, and that's no tea, okay? Anyways, congrats to Ice Spice, because her and Nicki's Princess Diana is also now the best-selling song from her EP, which means it has surpassed In Her Mood, which originally was her best-selling song and best performance song from that project, but it has now been surpassed by Princess Diana. So I'm really just excited to see what this summer is looking like for Ice Spice. She already said she got a deluxe to the EP dropping this summer, so hopefully she adds, a good 3 to 4 songs, and maybe one of them just might be a summer anthem. I got a feeling, I don't know, okay? But hopefully by the last quarter of the year, maybe by November, December, we can get an Ice Spice album, because I think people want to hear more from Ice Spice as in a complete body of work. So let me know how you feeling about that below. But before I move on, I do want to acknowledge the rumors that have been swirling the past 48 hours about Nicki Minaj possibly joining Beyonce this week while she is on the Renaissance tour. Because word on the curve is she's supposed to either pop up at the London or the Paris show. Now, I want to lean more towards Paris, only because I feel like that would be nostalgic, because I believe that was the last time they performed together. I think it was the Flawless remix, and Beyonce had brought Nicki out, and it was just such an iconic moment, because you had Beyonce and the Queen, and then, you know, it was just, Beyonce is the Queen, and then you have the Queen of Rap, with her. So it's just like the Queens. Now, I was hesitant to really, get hyped up about it, because this was not confirmed. However, the tea is still hot, because a lot of big Beyonce and Nicki fan pages are reposting it, and so are credited outlets like Buzz and Pop. So it could very much well be some truth to it, and I'm hoping it is, because another Beyonce and Nicki Minaj collaboration has been long overdue. I mean, it's been like, what, 8-9 years? Okay, Beyonce and Nicki coming together for a song and dropping a video in 2023 would be an instant internet and chart breaker, I feel like. And then throw in the fact that allegedly Nicki's supposed to have a song with Rihanna too. Now, I know they collaborated a couple of times in the past. They got a couple of songs together, but Rihanna ain't put out no music in like 7 years. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. And now it's, both of these things together got people talking about a big three collab or a Holy Trinity collaboration being the R&B, Rihanna, Nicki, and Beyonce. And as monumental as I feel like that would be, I low-key feel like it's a reach. I'm not going to lie. And mostly because I think it's going to be kind of hard to bring Beyonce and Rihanna on one song together. It's not the Nicki part, because she has a song with each of them independently. However, I do think it's kind of going to be, kind of hard to put Beyonce and Rihanna on one song, really because of like an ego thing, honestly. But I would be here for either combination of these collaborations. I'm definitely here for it. That's an understatement, okay? Overdue. Like I said, long overdue. And on top of that, people feel like Nicki was low-key adding more fuel to these rumors, with her popping out at the Paris or the London show, because the other day, in the midst of all these rumors circulating, Nicki, was posting a lot of Beyonce related memes, and she even shared a video where she was pretending to be Beyonce, but it just got even people, it got the people more hyped, because she really sneaky and calculated with it. She kind of be throwing it, putting it out there, but don't be putting it out there. So a lot of people think that it is very possible that she will be popping up at a Beyonce show this week. So let me know your thoughts about it below, and if you would be here for a Nicki and Beyonce collaboration, because like I said, I am. It is long overdue. It's been like 7, 8, 9 years. Okay, so let me know your thoughts on it. So the next topic I'm going to get into is Maiya the Don. So I know many of you probably aren't too familiar with Miss Mamas, okay? She had a little TikTok bot called Toughly that did a little something, but, it had a little fizz in its drink before it went for that, okay? Now, for some reason, every time I see Maiya the Don making the blogs is when she doing or saying something that's going to keep her career exactly where it's at, baby. Do you hear me? So what happened was, well, let's start here. Not too long ago, Maiya the Don had made a few blogs because she was talking about, how she would like a feature from Nicki Minaj, but Nicki fans wasn't really feeling that, because they had pulled the receipts where she was, on a TikTok video talking about Nicki Minaj's husband last year. So they was like, no, Maiya the Don, you's a fake bitch, and Nicki need to stay away from your fake ass. Well, ever since then, the Barbs have been dragging her and not picking up the bitch, okay? And she's been getting drugged ever since. So she kind of been a little shady towards Nicki and been vocal about being team, Cardi, I guess, because Nicki didn't get on to her fans for coming for Maiya. But, why would she? Maiya ain't issued no apology about coming for her nigga and her, her man unprovoked. So, fuck the bitch. That's probably what Nicki was thinking. Well, anyways, fast forward to a couple of days ago, and Maiya the Don went live, child. And, I'm going to need for Maiya to get a PR team and quick, okay? I'm going to need her to get some type of PR training, because you can tell which girls have been trained well and which girls is, letting their homegirls be their PR team, okay? Glorilla is one of the girls who have homegirls for a PR team, and Maiya the Don is another one. Because in case you slow hoes ain't know, you do not have to answer every question that you see on live. But I mean, I guess if you only got like 200 or 300 people tuning in, you ain't, what else are you going to answer? Anyways, Maiya was on live, and someone asked her who would she rather choose to work with between Nicki and Cardi B if they both asked her. And take a look at what she said on live.
Okay, I will. If Nicki and Cardi offers you a feature, which one would you take? I would probably take Cardi.
So y'all let me know how you thinking, what you feeling. Honestly, Maiya can choose whoever the fuck she want. Everybody got their own reasons, their own preferences, and that's completely fine. But the issue is, I don't think saying that really served or benefited you, Maiya, in any way. And if I was you, I would be looking at what would better serve my career, especially as a rapper who doesn't have much of a buzz compared to that of a, Ice Spice or a Glorilla or a Coi Leray or even a Lola Brooke and Latto, right? Maiya the Don is just not up there. And if she was trying to get to where those ladies are, I don't think it benefited her to go on record and say this, because now people going to be waiting on Cardi to give you a feature, which swallowing a real pill, sis, I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to fucking happen. Not anytime soon. Maiya don't got enough clout for Cardi to hop on a song. I don't even think Maiya the Don has a hot song out that would even make Cardi want to hop on it, because Teflon came and went, baby. Okay. Cardi wouldn't be getting any benefit out of that collaboration. Maiya the Don would be reaping all the benefits if that was the case. And now, really, you just killed the possibility of any chance you had with Nicki Minaj, which, I mean, you kind of already did that when you had her nigga name in your mouth. So I can see why she said Cardi B, because she probably feel like Nicki ain't defend her against her fans. But girl, I mean, she don't know you shit anyways. And let's keep it a buck. Maiya has more of a, chance getting a Cardi B collaboration than a Nicki Minaj collaboration at the end of the day. So maybe she was just being realistic, but still, it's not ideal. Because if it was ideal, she would have chosen the one who made the most sense as far as success goes. And what I mean by that is looking at the girls who are thriving right now. Doja Cat, Ice Spice, girls who love Nicki, gave her tens, and play it neutral and keep it cute when it comes to the whole Nicki and Cardi thing, okay? Doja and Ice Spice don't be feeding into that bullshit, and I don't think you should either, Maiya, not if you want to play your cards right, okay? You got to choose wisely. Whereas the girls who aren't, thriving as much as, Glow or not Glow, excuse me, as Ice and Doja, they're not as thriving as they could be because they've already chosen a side. And moreover, they chose the wrong side because they ain't thriving like that. Look at Glorilla. I mean, look at Latto. Okay, clearly they chose the wrong side, and look how that's going for them. Glorilla lost all of her heat to me. I feel like Cardi kind of sucked her dry with her ignorant ass. And I really don't think Glorilla has PR training. She too ignorant. Okay. Glorilla is too ignorant for me. Like, she got no PR training. She make these left sideways ass remarks, which does not help her at all. Like I said, she got homegirls for a PR team. But Latto is another one who thought going against Nicki and praising Cardi would do something, and it really does nothing for you. I mean, the only thing it seems to have done for Latto is get her put on Cardi B's Beats by Dre playlist, which I don't see doing much for that song on the floor. Put it on the floor. It's still on the floor. Nobody's chart. Okay. So I think Maiya the Don might want to move a bit smarter if she wants to advance her career, because child, saying shit like this on record, on live, child, you just gonna have to keep it where you at. Like, this is playing into the division, even more division that, y'all say the fans be causing this division and be starting this shit, but these hoes be playing into the bullshit too, because she didn't have to do this. She didn't have to react. She didn't have to say anything. Okay. She could have, and if she did say anything, she could have responded completely different. Okay. If Cardi is truly her preference, there was a better way to go about a response. You could have said, "Oh no, man, I'm not. That's a hard response. I can't really answer that." Or, "They both dope, but based off of what my music is sounding like, it would make more sense for me to go with Cardi B." Or, there was just so many ways you could have just went around and answered that question better, but you really didn't have to answer it at all. You could have acted like most of these celebrities do when they be reading the comments on live and acting blind to half the bullshit, okay? Because they be acting like they don't be seeing the shit. They see it, but they be ignoring it half the time, and I feel like you could have too. So, like I say, I just don't think you was smart. But I mean, at the end of the day, she can say whoever the fuck she want. Okay. Honestly, I think both Nicki and Cardi will be paying her dust if you want to swallow a real pill. I don't think either one of them is going to be giving her a feature anytime soon unless she got a hit on her hands. So, other than that, I really don't see much coming out of this anyways. So the next topic I want to get into is Doechii, because a blog on Twitter by the name of Rap Alert 6 started a conversation around the similarity between Doechii's freestyle to Beyonce's America Has a Problem, which I love that song, by the way. And they compared it to the remix that she released a couple of days ago with Kendrick Lamar. And so it got almost like 20,000 likes. And, I was reading the comments, and a lot of people were in agreement that Kendrick's flow sounded a lot similar to Doechii's in the freestyle that she had did like a month ago. And if I must give my 2 cents, the flows is low-key kind of similar, baby. Do you hear me? especially toward the end of his verse, which I thought the remix was fire. I mean, I think the original song is fire, so I wasn't mad at Doechii's version, Kendrick's version, beyond all of it. I like it. I'm gonna stream all of it. But you know, I could see why people would think that they are similar. Okay, so I mean, I can easily see why they think that Kendrick kind of used Doechii for inspo. It's not really too far-fetched if you really think about it, because Doechii is signed to TDE. And I don't know if Kendrick is still tied to that label, but he was with TDE for a while. And Doechii has been making some noise for herself, and she's been out here working, okay? She just got her first Billboard charting single last week, and congratulations to her for that. So it's not too far-fetched at all, and Doechii's flow was nasty on that freestyle, and I could see him, you know, kind of taking inspiration from that, and even maybe using it as an I see you type of thing, okay? You never know what has taken place behind the scenes, but I definitely think he saw Doechii's freestyle to America Has a Problem before recording that verse, in my most humble opinion. You know, people who think the likes of Kendrick can't take inspo from the likes of those not as big as him is the same ones who think that big businesses aren't watching and taking from these smaller ones. Baby, inspiration is inspiration, and you don't always have to take from and be inspired by those who are bigger than you, okay? That's why people go out and travel to places they've never been to get inspiration. So it's the same shit. So let me know your thoughts about it below, and if you heard Doechii's version and Kendrick's version, and which one you prefer, and do you think they both sound similar? I mean, to me, I think they're both fire, but I do think, you know, he did, you know, kind of take some inspo from Doechii. But you let me know your thoughts about it below. So the next topic I want to get into is Coi Leray. So the other day, Coi took to Twitter to announce that her album is dropping soon, which, you know, I had a feeling would be coming this year, because I've been telling y'all I felt like she was, you know, going to drop another project this year. For one, because it's already been just about like, what, a year since Trendsetters dropped, which I think was a really good overall debut album. Okay, if you know, you know. And you know what else? I like the fact that Coi is not slowing down. I love that she is keeping up the momentum and continuing to put out work. Okay, so she's not letting up. You don't, because you don't, to me, you're not supposed to be waiting 4, 5, 6 years between a debut and a sophomore album. That's fucking ridiculous. I feel like you got to keep up that momentum, especially as a new artist. You got to give people something to work with. And I think Trendsetters was a good body of work. So I am curious to see how the second album will sound from Coi. And I think this is the perfect timing for another album, okay? As many songs as she done dropped within the past 6 months, baby, do you hear me, okay? So she did reveal the cover and the title is a self-entitled album. It's just called Coi. So she got that Beyonce that Beyonce inspo going on. Cause you know, people ain't been having self-entitled albums since like what, the early mid-2000s, bitch. But you know, Beyonce kind of brought that shit back in 2013, as far as I'm concerned. But as far as the cover goes, I think Coi looks good. However, as far as the look or the outfit, I really wasn't feeling it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was a little bit tacky, respectfully. But I mean, I could, you know, I don't know. It could be going with the overarching theme of her album. I don't know. Maybe it's a play on the koi fish shit she be posting about. I don't know. But I thought the look overall was tacky. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. But I really want Coi to do something other than these explicit ass album covers, if you ask me. I mean, you already did the hand over your coochie woochie woochie, okay, bent over backwards for the first album. Now you got your legs gapped open for this one. And I feel like she could have got a little bit more creative than this. But I mean, we will see what the album is hitting like. So overall, I'm excited to see what Coi is giving for this second album. Now, she also revealed the track list. And I must say, compared to Trendsetters, they aren't as many features this go around, which is good. This means that, you know, she's been taking what people are saying into account, because my initial issue was that Trendsetters had way too many features for it to be a debut album. As fire as I thought the album was as a whole, I thought, you know, she could have did without half of those features, because Coi, I don't know, I feel like she don't really need as many features like as she thinks she does. Like Paranoid, I would rather have she had been on that song by herself. The same with Clingy and the Thief in the Night song. So I mean, you know, but overall I fucks with Trendsetters. Now, as far as this self-entitled track list, it's looking like it's gonna be a lot of samples. Okay, One of them sounds very familiar because she previewed 2 songs, and one of them sounds very familiar, but I can't think of where it's come from. But the other one she previewed is for sure a 90s sample, which we'll get into in a minute. And then she had a James Brown feature on here, which I'm 99.99% sure is a sample, which is probably why he's getting credited. And we already know Players was a sample. The Body record she dropped a few weeks ago was a sample. So this whole album is just giving me Sample City. And honestly, if I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't need that. Like, I don't care for that. One of the greatest things about her last album is the songs were mostly original. And I thought 80% were dope because of their originality. I don't think Coi needs to use popular samples as a crutch, honestly, because that's just what it's given to me. We already got Sweetie holding the crown for the sample queen, girl. You don't have to put out a song that's a sample for it to hit, Coi. And I think she's getting a little bit too carried away with her success from Players. Like, girl. On top of that, it's like she don't be trying to change or switch nothing different up with this sample. It's like the same exact beat with new lyrics. Like, add a little pizzazz or something to it, baby. Okay? But I mean, hey, do what you want. Do what the fuck you want. What do I know, right? So, like I said, though, Coi did preview 2 new songs from her album. And before I play them, I just want to say I think it's very smart that Coi is tapping into the EDM and electronica and dance market type shit. Because it's not traditional rap that you hear from these snippets that she's been releasing. But Coi is clearly playing with new sounds and experimenting with her versatility. So the first song she previewed is called Make My Day. And lo and behold, like I said, it is a sample. It is sampling Technotronic's Pump Up the Jam, which is a classic techno electronic hip hop song. It came out in the early 90s. So take a listen and hopefully this don't get me copyrighted, bitch.
And the gym is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Yeah, we pop up on them like a pinata.
So let me know what you think. Now, for one, a lot of people did have mixed reviews about this snippet because it's not a sound a lot of people are used to from Coi. But honestly, Coi has always dibbled and dabbled in different sounds, to be fair. But electronic, the sound, the EDM thing, not so much. Okay, gotta swallow a real pill. Especially if it's the new fans that she gained from the Trendsetters album. Okay, that was a completely new sound than what it looks like she's going for. And that's all they really know from Coi is the Trendsetters, because that was her first album. Now, as far as how I feel about it, I'm gonna need to hear more than that. I mean, from the snippet, it's not trash, but it just don't sound like something I'm gonna be putting in rotation. So I'm gonna need to hear the whole thing to judge it, because the original one is a classic, of course. But I mean, even yet and still, I'm not in a hurry to go turn the original song on after hearing this snippet of the sample. Like, it don't get me excited like when Nicki teased Red Ruby the Sleeves. That got me so excited, I went back and started listening to the original song by Lumity, okay? Which brings it back to what I've been saying. These girls don't always know how to use a sample. I'm tired of them taking the original song, keeping the beat, and then just throwing new lyrics on it. Like, not adding in no new elements or nothing to make it more of an original sound and sample. And that's where I feel like Coi be missing the mark with these samples. The shit just be like hearing the original song with new lyrics, and it's not really anything different about it. At that point, it's a remix to me. But I mean, let me know what you think about it. A lot of people were saying, girl, how many times is you gonna sample? Who is you trying to be like, sweetie? Like, girl, Players was a sample, My Bodies was a sample, the song you dropped with David Guetta was a sample. So Coi, she did respond to some of the backlash, and this is what she said. Bops doesn't have a sample. Keep streaming Bops out now. No More Parties didn't have a sample. Twin and them, no sample. Big Purr, no sample. When I do a sample, I body that motherfucker. From my versatility to my sex appeal to my masculine energy, this album is going to show you that if I'm not the best, then I'm one of the best of this generation. Coi, June 23rd. Mark the date. Thank you, everyone who has supported me and watched me grow on my journey. And then somebody say, versatility and one of the best. Now, girl, you get a couple of TikTok hits and don't know how to act. And then Coi said, Billboard's nomination, plaque, streams, radio play, UK top 10 is not TikTok. But, I'll take it. So let me know what you think and how you feeling. My thing is, I get it. I get it. You be proud of what you've accomplished. I get, especially from Coi fans who've been riding, they probably don't really want to hear no electronic ass shit. Okay, that's for one, because that's not how they probably got put onto Coi or introduced to her. That's just not what they're used to. And that's okay. I think it's kind of the same reaction in a way when Beyonce put out Renaissance. It was such a completely different sound than what Beyonce fans were used to. But, I feel like, Renaissance turned out to be a smash, at least to me. I love Renaissance. I think Heated is the best song off that album, and it should have been a single. But I mean, hey, Beyonce paid all the songs dust, in my opinion. Anyways, so I'm not comparing Coi to Beyonce, but I'm saying that to say, who knows? The songs could be, they could be straight, and the album could be straight. Now, Coi did say she has a mix of songs on this album. It's not just one sound, which, I think is cool, but I just hope it's not all over the place. Like, Trendsetters was solid, so I think, you should follow up with something like that, like a cohesive body of work. So we will see how this project sounds from her. I am certainly going to be checking it out and giving you my 2 cents on it. But I said she previewed 2 songs. So here is the preview to the other song. This one is called Get Loud. So take a listen.
Running this shit like Matrix. Got a man, take a look at they faces. All this ass, y'all feel like Kim. Margarita got a bitch on 10. Trendsetter, yeah, we setting the trends. We up in this bitch and we'll do it again.
So let me know what you think about that, how you feeling. Now, that song, I might actually fuck with that song based off that snippet alone. I might fucks with that song. Low key sounded kind of fire. Even though I ain't gonna, I don't know. I just feel like I can't quite put my finger on it. That song low key does sound kind of familiar, so I can't say off top it's a sample, but it's giving me sample vibes. I feel like I heard that song before, but I do like that little snippet, and I do want to hear the rest of that song to get my full opinion. But that song I feel like will go up in the club, especially the white folks. Okay, they out there really be dancing and shit, unlike you niggas that like to stand around and shoot shit up. But anyways, let me know how you feeling about that. Now, before I move on from Miss Coi Leray, real quick, I just want to give a real quick shout out to her. Congratulations, because it was brought to my attention that she has a Fendi by Marc Jacobs collaboration, which is a big household name, A-list name. So she is gracing the cover for one of their latest campaigns, and she looks the fuck good. And this is not a regular brand deal. This is a high-end brand name. So, the coins got to be looking good. So congratulations to Coi. She is clearly out here doing her thing, and I ain't mad at it at all, especially on the heels of this new album she got coming out in a few weeks. So let me know your thoughts on it below. Now, the next topic I want to get into real quick is Megan Thee Stallion, because, it's not really much news, but she got 2 wax figures in Las Vegas and New York, apparently, in the Madame Tussauds, however the fuck you say it, that lady, her wax museum, where all the A-list, the mainstream celebrities like to get their wax figures put up at. I guess that's the only wax museum I'd really be seeing them care to talk about, so I guess it's a big deal. I done seen better in my city's local wax museum, but hey, whatever. I'm really still mad at them hoes for the way they did Nicki's ass bitch, and I was not a fan of how they did Rihanna either, but whatever. Anyways, Megan's statues, they actually look like her. I'll give them that. She might got the most realistic ones so far, because like I said, I did not like how they did Beyonce, and I did not like how they did Rihanna, and I did not like how they did Nicki. I think they must be using some new wax or some shit, because why can't everyone else's look as realistic as this? Okay, but anyways, it's safe to say that Megan will be returning to the music scene. She has been out and about a lot lately. Her rollout has already started, even though it's been delayed because of that motion for a new trial that Tory was trying to get. But I still don't believe that situation is over just yet. And I can expect her to be coming back to the scene soon, or at least she should, because it's slowly approaching a year since Traumazine, and there has been no follow-up in music whatsoever, not even a single, a feature, collaboration, nada. So, you got artists like Coi catching up to Megan. Traumazine was Megan's sophomore album, and here Coi coming with her sophomore album, and she been dropping singles too. On top of that, Ice Spice coming with the Like Deluxe this summer. Nicki Minaj and the 15th thing coming this year. Cardi say she gonna drop, but hell, we all know how that goes. So Megan, you got some competition, girl. Okay, you gonna have to get to work. Okay, ideally everybody can win, but realistically, some girls gonna be giving the others a run for their money. Okay, in regards to them numbers. So who the audience is really listening to, who the people are really tapped into, is going to tell the story. So, I'm interested to hear how this music going to sound from Megan, especially since she trying to low-key switch out her audience from the niggas to the Caucasians. So, y'all let me know what y'all thinking, how y'all feeling about it down below. The next topic I want to get into is Lil Kim, because she recently did a spread and was the cover girl for XXL Magazine Legends Edition. So congratulations to Kim, the icon. Now, honestly, with my whole heart, I do think Kimberly is an icon. Do not get me wrong, I do. I think she set the tone and has opened so many doors. She's paved a major way for the girls in hip hop. However, I mean, when I say that outfit was a hot ass mess, baby, do you hear me? That looked like a failed sexy bird costume. Like, it looked a hot ass mess. For you to be gracing the cover and being referred to as a legend and an icon, in which you are, you could have came better than that, Kimberly. Like, come on, girl. It was just a mess to me. And can we talk about how cheap the cover looked? Like, that background pissed me off. Like, the background looked like the background at the mall picture booth or some shit. Like, it just looked so childish. It looked outdated, like something back from 1993, bitch. Like, I was just not feeling none of them photos at all. Like, from the outfit to the background of the photo shoot, like, nothing about it was giving icon to me. And Kim is such an icon. I feel like she deserved better. Her stylist and fashion team need their ass whooped. But, I mean, let me know what you thought about the looks and everything. Now, as far as the interview goes, Lil Kim did talk about a couple of things that I found interesting, including that she was, what she was, been working on these days. She talked about it, and this is what she had to say. Professionally, I have a booking coming, documentary, movie, all that stuff is in the works. I'm looking forward to building my own empire as far as being able to have my own artist and, just being able to help someone else's visions come to fruition. That means a lot to me. I'm only working with new artists, period. And I have my friends and everything. I'm only working with new artists. I love helping other artists' dreams come to fruition. So let me know what you thought about that below. I mean, I think it's cool and all. That's what artists should aspire to do. However, I feel like Kim should have been working on that 10 years ago, if I'm going to keep it real with you. Kim is 47, 48? She's almost 50. I feel like you should have already built or had built your empire as an OG from the 90s. I just gotta swallow a real pill, okay? Like, Kim should be the ones the new girls is running to for a collaboration. But it's not. Who are they running to? Nicki. And if not Nicki, the backup, Cardi B. Like, Kim isn't even a backup plan. And she's such an icon. Like, these girls don't be thinking about Lil Kim like that, no matter how they try to pander to her or pander, using her name and try to make it look one way when they really ain't tapped into Lil Kim like that. Okay, they really be using her. They don't be trying to do a song with her. I mean, look at Megan Thee Stallion and that goddamn remix, that Plan B shit. Okay, that got pulled down from YouTube. Whole time Kim was promoting it and tagging Megan all on Instagram, and Megan never came out, talked about that situation or cleared it up or anything. Like, she paid that situation dust. She paid Kim dust. Cardi B posted up in the studio with Kim only for Swizz Beatz to come out and say that there was no music even made that night. It was all laughs. So you mean to tell me you had a woman in the studio that you love and respect so much and want to do a song with so much, but you left the studio and not even a beat came about, bitch? Okay, like, these girls play in Kim's face all day. They don't want a collaboration, and they don't want none of that shit. They want a moment. Okay, that's all they want. Anyway, I know everyone obtains things at their own time, but Kim has been in the game for 30 years, and I feel like she should have something to show for it. I'm sorry, not sorry. I feel like you should have something to show. You shouldn't just starting to aspire to be building anything at this time. Okay, you are an OG and icon, and I feel like that should be showing, and I feel like she shouldn't be fanning out for these hoes like that either. So, let me know your thoughts on it below. I get it. Put some respect on Kim's name, because at the end of the day, she has contributed what she has contributed, and no one can take that away from her. However, girl, let's swallow a real pill. Let's not pretend like Biggie never wrote some rhymes for you, okay? Because we didn't check the couple of them writer credits, and he got credits, baby. Do you hear me? So, that doesn't take away from the fact that Kim did write some raps, but we're not going to act like Kim was writing all of her shit exclusively herself, okay? Biggie was helping out a lot, especially in the beginning. Now, Kim brought this conversation about writing up, and it got a lot of people talking on Twitter about the importance of women writing their raps and if it really even matters. And, this conversation has started like once a year. I think Renni Rucci started it last year. And in my opinion, it 100% matters, because to me, that's the only thing that qualifies you to be a rapper and what really distinguishes you from a singer. I mean, some singers write their own songs, but many have songs written for them and they carry out and execute it because their talent is in their ability to sing. So if you're a rapper, I would think it's because your talent is in your ability to write rhymes. What's the point in being a rapper when you reciting someone else's words? It takes away from the artistry of the rap game to me, because who are you for real, and how talented and creative enough are you to come up with some catchy ass, clever ass, intelligent ass shit to say? Not many can say that. But I want to get into is Asian Doll, because she spoke on her new record deal after a few people had a couple of things to say. Okay. So a couple of weeks ago, I talked about it. Asian did announce that she signed another deal, like her third or fourth one in the last 3-4 years, bitch. And nobody really knew too much about the label. Well, it's now been revealed the label she signed to is called Self-Made Entertainment. So Asian posted a video of the chain that she got for signing, you know, where all her money went towards, I guess. I don't know why these artists sign a deal and accept this initiation ass fake ass chain. But anyways, someone commented in a quote tweet and said, label got 100 followers. I know this from TEMU. I can't. And if someone wants to enlighten me, because I don't know what the fuck TEMU supposed to be, child. But anyways, Asian responded and said, label got 100 followers, but the owner has over 100 million in his account. The Instagram was made yesterday, not the legacy, bitch. And then one of Asian's fans climbed in and you know, they had was like, Asian Doll is signed to SME, founded by D. Brown, who is an entrepreneur, producer, and writer. He is the founder and CEO of P3 Group, Inc., the nation's largest African-American-owned public-private partnership real estate development firm and a part of the Forbes Council. Okay? Which is cool and all, Asian, but baby, that don't take away from the fact that this is not a recognized label by many people. I have never heard of them prior to you signing. Okay? I think that's all people are really trying to say. Now, Asian Doll had a show in Houston, or a pop-out performance. I don't know what the fuck it was, but she was in Houston. She was performing, and she said she is back, but mainstream. So, child, my question to you is, do y'all believe Asian Doll is officially mainstream after signing with this unknown label, Self-Made Entertainment, whose CEO is a millionaire, which most CEOs should be, because she seems to believe she is now a mainstream girl. So y'all know I'm going to always swallow my real pills, and I think y'all should too. As much as I like Asian, I actually do like Asian, and I actually do find her to be talented. You know, I just be doing the most, talking my shit, but I actually do find Asian Doll to be talented. And as talented as you are, sis, I do not think you're there yet. And I mean that respectfully, love. I think Asian has had so many negative attachments to her name outside of the music that I don't even think people realize Asian Doll is putting out music. And I'm glad that she's, you know, found the right label in her opinion, in her regard, but I'm going to need to see them do right by Asian Doll first. I'm going to have to see them help elevate her career. She going to need a hit song, or she going to need to do up the visuals, or the PR team going to need to be top tier or something, because you can't be up on Beyonce internet acting a fool. How the fashion and how the makeup team going to be this era, like, is that going to be better, up to par? So I'm going to need them to really be on it and see some results before I get all, you know, hyped up for Asian Doll and her future in this rap game. Because this like the third record deal she done signed in 3 years, okay? Now, Asian Doll also previewed a new single, and she said it's going to be the debut single from her new label, so take a listen.
This ain't my nigga, have fun. Switching these niggas, no love. 2, 2, 3 on the bed when we fuck. Getting this pussy, boy, you better go dumb. Fun niggas said, what a fun niggas said. Fun niggas.
So let me know what you think about it below. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not hype about it. And I mean that respectfully. It don't sound terrible or anything, but it don't sound like something I'm going to be paying much attention to. Maybe I just need to hear the whole thing when it come out. I think it would be really refreshing if Asian Doll kind of switched it up a bit. I know drill is her thing. She's been doing it a couple of years now, but I just don't think it's doing what she wanted to do. I think she should try switching it up, just to sound up just a little bit and experiment with something else, because I believe the last couple of projects she done has been drill. So, I mean, it would be nice to hear Asian on something else that's not sounding all hard and rough and shit. I think if she would tone it down and be a little bit softer for once, maybe make a R&B type of rap song and see what that do, or hop on some mid-tempo raw wave type shit. Like, I don't know. I just think a new sound could do a little bit more for Asian Doll. It would be a little bit more refreshing. I just don't think these drill beats is doing her any justice, in my opinion. But I hope the best for Asian at the end of the day with this new label, because she seems to believe she done hit the jackpot and that she's mainstream. So let me know your thoughts on it below. So the next topic I want to get into is Cardi B. So Cardi B recently linked up with Beats for a collaboration. So congrats on that. You know, she gonna stay with some type of little brand deal. But that's not what I really want to get into. What I really want to get into is what people, is talking about, and the fact that, you know, she's kind of being calculated and shady with this Beats playlist. So Cardi revealed her Beats playlist, you know, the songs she's supposedly listening to right now, and get her up and going. So some of the songs include Up, what she had planned in the Beats commercial, which was kind of slow to me, because why didn't you use that opportunity to preview or tease some new songs, even if it was just the beat? Because Up is 2 years ago at this point. Don't nobody care about that shit. It's come and it's gone. Anyways, some of the other songs on the playlist included What's New by Megan Thee Stallion, Munch by Ice Spice. Interesting, Cardi's still on Munch when Ice Spice got, a whole EP out, and Princess Diana Remix is the most recent song she's gonna charge right now. But anyways, she also got Tomorrow 2 on there, Don't Play With It Remix, Cuff It, Body, Taki Taki, Waki Yaki, WAP, and Put It On The Floor by Latto. Now, that last song is what got people really talking, because everyone has been regarding and hailing this Put It On The Floor as a Nicki Minaj diss track. Weak as hell, but nevertheless, that's what people are calling it. And Latto has yet to really dispute that claim, so it's safe to say she wants it to be regarded and looked at that way. So now, how does it look for Cardi B? A bitch who already is known to have tension with Nicki. How does it look for her to put this on her public playlist, knowing it's a Nicki Minaj diss track? How does that look to you? Okay, we want to act like Cardi ain't being passive aggressive and ain't playing into the bullshit. We gonna act like that for real, for real? Because these celebrities be so quick to say fans be starting these wars and beefs, but here they go feeding right into the bullshit. Why didn't you put Lottery up on there? Okay, that's the question I want answered expeditiously. Now, okay, that's the single that Latto was trying to really get to do something. So, I mean, sure, Cardi can put whatever in the hell she wants to on her playlist, but child, is you really into that song like that? Because at the end of the day, regardless if that's the case or not, I feel like she knew how it would look, and she didn't really give a fuck, which is, really taking into account of you playing into the bullshit. You know how it would look, but you didn't care, or either that or you wanted it to be known. Either way you look at it, you were playing into the bullshit and giving the fans more fuel to add to the fire. So that's the conversation that was taking place. Now, I noticed that she also got What's New on there, and that's interesting to me because allegedly that's supposed to have had some shots at Nicki Minaj in that song. I think that's the song where she was talking about, put me in a booth, I bet you I take the title, or something like that. And, Nicki got that title of the Queen of Rap game, okay? And then, of course, she had some type of deal with Jay-Z's streaming platform Tidal. So, a lot of people feel like that could have been shots. I low-key did. And then she got the Don't Play With It remix on there, and Latto was supposed to be throwing Nicki shade in there. So, I mean, y'all can stop acting like these bitches don't be playing and feeding into the bullshit, okay? Like, you can say, oh, I just like the song. Like, girl, you know how that looks PR-wise. And this is why Nicki be coming for their asses the way she do, because they know what they be doing. They feed into this shit. And this is why she stays on their neck, okay? And she don't be letting up, because y'all hoes know what y'all be doing. Y'all be trying to be subliminal without being subliminal, but we know you being subliminal. Now, some people are saying she put these songs on here because a lot of people feel like she got collaborations with these people, and that could be the case too, but I wouldn't be surprised, if she had a record with Latto, Summer Walker, SZA. But I'm still curious as to where Cardi's solo music is. I don't think her fans need to be worried about another collaboration, because that's all Cardi is seeming to be able to do these days. That's all she did in 2022. She hopped on like 5 or 6 remixes, and none of them did nothing except for the Tomorrow 2. So, I mean, the Shaky remix didn't do much. The No Love remix didn't do much. The Munch remix was never officially released by Ice Spice. The Despacho, whatever, that made no noise. I mean, the only remix that stuck was Tomorrow 2, and she's been riding that horse for the past 8-9 months into the ground. So, I feel like in that process, she also low-key kind of dimmed Glorilla's light, and, Glorilla kind of lost her momentum, if you ask me. Ice Spice then came and demolished Glorilla real quick, and they kind of popped off at the same time, which is kind of why I low-key feel like Ice Spice ain't put out that Munch remix. She didn't even let no one hop on that song as a remix, period. She kept it original, and she kept it about her instead of looking for someone else to help, bring her off up to the top and ride their coattails. But I mean, hopefully Cardi has some new music for y'all. I mean, sis supposed to be headlining at Summer Jam in about a week or two, but I'm perplexed as what the fuck it is she gonna be performing, because I swear to God, the people do not want to see you perform Tomorrow 2 for the 50th time, okay? Glorilla gonna be there. I'm sure she gonna, they probably gonna perform it 9 times out of 10 because they're gonna be in the same place together, but child, nobody want to see you perform that. Nobody want to see you perform 2, 3, and 5-year-old songs, WAP and Up from 3 years ago. Nobody wants to hear no songs from Invasion of Privacy. Them songs was 2018. Them songs don't even sound like they're relevant in today's climate. Like, it's just, you're headlining. Nobody want to hear no, oh shit, bring something new. Okay, why headline with no new music out? That's still wild to me. And what's even more wild is all the other girls who we be, who's gonna be in attendance, like Ice Spice, Lola Brooke, Coi and Glorilla. All them got new songs out right now, okay? But your ass is headlining with some 5-year-old songs. It's crazy to me. But I mean, y'all let me know your thoughts on it below. Now, before I move on from Cardi, the other day, Cardi had tweeted and deleted a couple of things after her fans were kind of upset the other day that, she really didn't release any music ahead of Summer Jam being like, I think next weekend or something like that. So, they were kind of a little bit irritated with her. And so she had responded in some now deleted tweets, and she was like, shut the fuck up, dead ass, and get y'all fucking coins. That's it. Okay. So let me know what you think about it. I mean, at least she was nicer than what she usually is. She usually tells y'all that she hates your guts. But I mean, at least she was a little bit nicer, right? But at the end of the day, I kind of don't get it. Like, how you're irritated with your fans because, you ain't put out no new music in over 2 years. I mean, girl, I'm talking solo music, by the way. A single. And, we already know ain't no way no album coming before Summer Jam. It's been over 5 years, so they could forget that possibility. But they were at least looking forward to a new single just for, ahead of it being Summer Jam. And, I kind of understand because, girl, how is you and why is you getting all worked up and irritated? Because at the end of the day, your ass is overdue with some music for these fans, okay? Because all they got from you is a little 60-second verse on another bitch song, okay, that you've been performing the last 8 months. So, I mean, I can understand where the frustration is coming from their point of view because you are supposed to be a music artist, The brand deals are cute, but you are not an influencer. That's what you came from. You are a musician, so most of your fans that you have now want music from you, not brand deals and fashion looks. Them is all bonuses that come with being a high-profile artist. At this point, Cardi B has moved backwards to me, in my opinion. It's kind of like she's being regarded as an influencer because, girl, where's your music? Like, she is one of them influencer girls to me. Like, to me, she one of them influencer girls who post their brand deals all the time, post a paid Instagram post about a product they be fake using, argue online with a couple of trolls, post thirst traps, and drop a song for fun once a year. Them the type of vibes Cardi B gives me at this point. She is not giving me a music artist, rapper vibes. She is giving me influencer. She's low-key like Ruby Rose at this point. People don't even be realizing Ruby Rose is a rapper, but the bitch is like a sex worker / influencer child. So I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts on it below. So the next topic I want to get into is Latto, because a few days ago, rumors was going around that 21 Savage and his wife was on a little date, and people was acting all confused because Latto be alluding to being with this nigga and whatnot. People in the industry then came out and said these two was together. Excuse me. And Latto done went and got this nigga name tatted, okay? And he don't have a common name. He has a very distinct name. She done went and got his nigga name tatted on her ear, be steady talking about him in interviews and songs, but claims she want to keep this relationship private. She talk about slobbing all up on his knob and that he the reason why she got the vet, the lamb, the ham, and the turkey, bitch. So when the blogs was saying he had a date with his wife, people like, damn, girl, you's a side chick for real, for real. But I mean, honestly, swallow a real pill. Tell the picture for what it really is. Her lips got a little bit too loose. You know what they say, loose lips sink ships. And, low-key, she finna get his ass back deported because she be wanting it to be known way too bad that she fucking with this nigga. So, in case them folks who deport, who can deport his ass is watching, they can see that this nigga is on a date with his wife and that they still together and whatnot, even though we ain't seen them spotted together since when? Okay, now all of a sudden they spotted together because Latte ass got too loose-lipped at the mouth. I bet them people done opened up an investigation. And now since them folks is hot on their ass, they got to make it look legit, okay? And Latto ass got to shut the fuck up and be comfortable in the background and be comfortable playing a side chick, okay? I think Latto wanted to be known that they together so bad and it bothered her that she can't. Because why else are you steady talking about this nigga in interviews and in your music, but when you're asked about him, you all of a sudden act like you want to keep shit private and off the internet? Make it make sense, babe, because it don't. And how I know even further this shit bothers her, because she always got to prove to people that she's getting claimed. It bothered her that nigga ain't publicly walking around and claiming her, because remember, she got upset when he came out and said he don't have a celebrity girlfriend. And, her hurt ass turned around and unfollowed him. And then in the Smoking on That X-Pac freestyle, she said, if you think a nigga ain't claiming this, you smoking dick. That's a joke. And on top of that, after the story starts to make its rounds on the blogs that 21 has went on a date with his wife, Latto goes and likes this tweet by Cardi B. My man is really him. I'm never getting off from him. So she likes this as if to say, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I ain't coming off this nigga. We still together. All that shit for sure with that hoe. I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. That's still my nigga. That's how it came across to me. That's how I was reading it when she liked this tweet. So, because if it's not the case, why would you go and like this tweet in the midst of all these headlines saying he took his wife on a date? Okay? It chapped your ass so bad, you just gotta say something. You just gotta address it some way, somehow. But I really don't think Latto is going to be able to control herself too much longer because she needs validation too bad, just like Cardi, in my opinion. Another girl who needs validation from the internet and, cares what other people say about her too badly and what the internet has to say. So they have to address everything on the internet. So, hopefully she don't, get that nigga deported or whatever. But I saw straight through that bullshit. I see it for it. I see it exactly for what it is. Okay. I knew exactly when them headlines popped up everywhere that he was on a date with his wife. My first thought was them people done been in contact with their asses and now they got a front and shit. So y'all let me know your thoughts on it below. So moving into my last topic, I want to get into Renni Rucci, okay? Speaking of latte ass. Because Renni Rucci made a couple of interesting tweets, and I first noticed it because shout out to Got the Scoop. Got the Scoop had posted the receipts, which caused me to scroll over to Renni's page, and then I saw a couple of other interesting things that I think, can add up. But before I get into it, I know we don't talk about Renni Rucci as much, but that's because she really don't be, putting out music like that. And if she is, I'm gonna need sis to do a better job of promoting it because, baby, I don't be hearing or seeing shit, and it's no shade, okay? But, I don't be keeping up with all the rap girls like that, especially Renni Rucci, no shade. Like, even though I find her to be talented, beautiful, and I low-key think Latte kind of low-key took inspo from Renni Rucci as far as, her whole brand and aesthetic when, Latte started rapping more explicitly. But anyways, they have had a public beef before and a falling out because they were cool once upon a time, but you know how that goes, child. But back in 2021, Latto actually felt some type of way because Renni was calling herself the biggest, even though if you ask me, Renni started that shit first. And I honestly heard Doechii calling herself that shit, honestly, before both of their asses. But anyways, Latte weird ass got mad that, Renni Rucci put the biggest in her bio. So when Latto had put out her beatbox freestyle, she was like, ain't nothing big about y'all hoes. So if the bitch name not Latto, don't put big in front of it, right? And then Renni had responded back in her own beatbox freestyle and was like, I've been counting Benjamins, look like I hit the lotto, bitch, just what the business is. I'll really hit the lotto. Like, bink, bink, she'll bink your ass, right? And then last year, you have Renni Rucci asking the folks to pick between her and Latto when she went up on some podcast or interview, whatever the fuck she had. She was like asking people to pick between her and Latto. And I guess the people was leaning more towards Renni Rucci, which I guess Latto caught wind. And then she posted a photo on Instagram with a shady little caption talking about speaking on me trying to drag it, that's your only hype, which was lyrics from her beatbox freestyle, which, she was supposed to be dissing Renni Rucci in or something like that, okay? So then in a response to that, this was last year, Renni exposed her and Latto's DMs, which apparently Latto was fanning out over Renni Rucci, and they was very, supportive of one another. Now, after all that drama for 2 years straight, because one situation happened in 2020 and the other one in 2021, 2021, and then the other situation happened last year, right? Ever since last year, it's kind of been like quiet between the two until recently, allegedly. So like I said, Got the Scoop posted a couple of screenshots where Renni Rucci seemingly was shading someone. So she was like, I'm done letting shit slide. Tell these bitches how the same energy about me when they see me. Say that shit you say about me to everybody else with your chest when you see me, big dog. Okay? And y'all know Renni and Latto both be repping Atlanta, so it wouldn't be, highly unlikely for them to not see each other around. So Renni said big dog. And with her saying that word big, it got people wondering if she could be talking about Latto, since their whole issue stemmed from the other calling himself the biggest, which is just a stupid ass argument to me. So Even though it could be a reach, at the same time, it's not too far-fetched given their history and the fact that they both claim to be from Atlanta, even though I heard both them bitches from the outskirt counties, okay? But Renni then turned around and quoted a tweet that said, "I'm glad I'm secure within myself. It ain't a bitch out here I ever felt like I had to compete with besides the girl I used to be." And in response to that, Renni was like, "Oh my soul." So that caused even more of a speculation like, could you be talking about Latto? And then after that story broke, rumors started to go around of 21 Savage being on a date with his wife, which we just talked about. And Renni Rucci retweeted this tweet. Bitches be known about you and still want to be the sad ass side bitch. Which is causing even more room for people like me to speculate she could possibly be coming for Latto. But I mean, swallow a real pill. It's not too far-fetched because Latto has been dissing Renni Rucci, okay? She been on Renni head top for a minute since that beatbox freestyle, if you want to keep it a buck. Y'all just be so consumed with the shots that she's supposed to be taking at Ice Spice and Nicki. And she do be throwing shots at Ice Spice and Nicki, but she really do be having a lot of shots for Renni Rucci that a lot of people don't pay attention to because unfortunately a lot of people don't pay attention to Renni Rucci like that, even though I'm sure she has fans. And plus, you know, Latto is going to always throw a shot at Nicki and Ice for clout purposes. But a lot of the shots she be throwing, I feel like be for Renni Rucci. If you got to find yourself, or if you find yourself asking who is she talking about, because if it don't apply to Ice or Nicki, I'm telling y'all, I think it really be from Renni Rucci because her and Renni been taking shots at each other for years, okay? Latto likes to brag to Renni about her one hit that she can never seem to follow up with another one because, you know, Renni Rucci is a rapper too, but she don't have a big energy. She don't have one hit like Latto does, and she's not signed to a major label either. So when Latto says these hoes ain't got one hit and talking about imaginary smoke, I feel like she low-key might be talking about Renni, and I wouldn't be surprised if Renni was shading Latto, and I wouldn't be surprised if they had another public internet beef. So, you know, let me know y'all thoughts on it below, child. So remember, y'all, this is all for laughs and shit. This is my commentary, my opinion. You can let me know yours below. And, you know, I will look forward to reading your thoughts. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And, baby, if you leave a comment, remember to keep it cute in them comments, baby. Do you hear me? Okay? I don't want to get reckless. And also, don't forget to follow me on my Twitters at Southern T. And that is Southern T with 2 A's, y'all. I will catch y'all in my next video.